1.
Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. Thank you so much for checking us out here on Facebook. Every Friday at 420, we go live with a new episode, and we appreciate you dipping in on this live broadcast, or potentially you're watching the recorded version of it later because you couldn't be there Friday at 420. We get it. Whatever. As long as you're watching, that's all we care about. We are, of course, have all our previous episodes available to you on any of the streaming services. So check them out Friday at 420. About 3 years there worth of material for you to check out. That should keep you busy over this long, hot summer. My name is Mike Neighbors. Glad to be your host for the next 40 minutes as we try and entertain you a little bit. We've got a very special guest, but first let's introduce our panel as we always do. My mentor, my life coach, the man I look up to the most, Mr. Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good. You'll be surprised. I've been out of the house more in the last week than I have the last 2 years.
No way.
So that's good.
What inspired you to get out of the house, dude?
My family booked it. We were supposed to go to a cottage, and then at the last minute, they decided that they didn't want people from multiple households because it was like me, my mom and her husband, and then my sister and her husband, and like me and Lindsay and Esther. And so then, so that's apparently not allowed. But we were allowed to go to Blue Mountain together, so we did that instead.
Wow.
It was fun.
I actually, you know what I think I did? I saw some social media posts. The only thing, it's funny because as soon as you mentioned, I go, yeah, I saw something on social media about that. And all I can remember is Lindsay's left breast.
Yeah, we were at the pool.
Yeah, she was at a pool. Yeah,
photos.
I just remember it was, yeah, you got
Wait, she showed her boob?
there.
What?
She show her left boob?
Well, just,
No.
I mean, there was just.
She's wearing a bathing suit.
Oh,
And
so
Mike,
you
but that's what I remember of the post.
Just looking at
That's terrible.
boobs.
I'm
It's nice, Mike.
Yeah, what happened with the boob? I want to know.
It was in a bathing suit. Mike's an old man, though. That's all he sees.
Yeah,
Would you even-
he sees an ankle bone and he's like, "Oh yeah, give me that ankle bone."
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Patrick was in the picture. That's how bad it is in my head. Patrick, I'm so glad that you got out, and
Thank
you're
you.
still pretty pasty
It was
white. I
nice.
will say
Yeah,
that.
I am.
Okay, good. As long as we know. Please say hello to our good friend, Mr. Manolo Santos. He's really upset now that he missed a boob somewhere. You're upset, aren't you, Manolo?
I'm just happy to know that you're pulling it to like Pat's wife.
No, I didn't know. I didn't say that.
Oh, well, you made
Just
a
so I
mental
remember.
note of this side boob. I'm like, you know how much porn I've watched in my life? I can't remember any of it. So I'm going to have to start looking at Lindsay's boobs. So apparently it's better than porn.
I may have revealed too much, but Manolis he loves revealing. Reveal something to us now, Manolis. What's going on in your life, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. You know, it's like,
Well,
I don't know, man. It's like,
I'm
it's
here still.
yeah, like it's like, it's weird. Getting my dad died. So it's like, it's getting over loss is a weird thing. Like, cause
It
I'll
is.
be like,
It is.
So I'll be good for a lot of the times. And then I'll just like, I can get triggered like that now. Like if I can't, like if I watch something like Dirty Dancing where like Patrick Swayze, that girl's proclaiming her love to Patrick Swayze, you know, like that will make
Jennifer
me cry.
Grey.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
But she's got nice boobs too. But like, she's like, I'm afraid of leaving and never feeling like the way I feel like when with you. And if I watch that, I'll just start tearing up now. You know, like stuff like that.
Your emotions have been brought to the surface, and now it takes a long time for a man, and in particular, I'm just going to say a man. I don't want to sound sexist, but it takes a long time for a man to beat those things back down where they belong.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah. So I don't know.
I have empathy for guys because you have to like really hold it together, right? Have this appearance of holding it together. I have respect for that.
This is
I
precisely.
know you guys are all softies too.
It's that you know what's funny, really funny too, is that like it's that line too. Like I'll start tearing up. It's like you're trying to like pull it back because you know if someone bumps you and then all of a sudden like a bunch of tears will just come out of your face. You're like, how much water can my eyes hold before that comes out? You know?
Oh my gosh, Manolis, I'd love to see you watch The Notebook and see how you handle that.
Yeah.
You get this Santa blanket and some Kleenex.
You know what? I'll watch Notebook with you.
Well, not before I introduce her.
I accept the date. So.
Yeah. He's already got Kleenex by his TV, so he's fine.
I got tons. I got stocks and Kleenex. So I've never used it for tears, but there's always something new.
Could I please introduce our special guest before you start hitting on her? My God, man.
Oh, it's okay. I'm used to it from Manolo.
I know.
It was a great setup. And
I was going to say, before we even got on the air, you already invited him to your place this Saturday night. So all bets are off, man. Please, everybody, welcome to the show. And she's been with us before, and we are so glad to have her back again. Anjelica Scannura.
Hello. Woo! Yes, it's been a while. Like, what was the last time? 2018 or something?
Yeah, it was in the studio, right?
Yes,
yeah, it was in the studio.
This is the first Zoom one we've done with you, yeah.
Yeah, I drank beer that day. That was
I'm drinking beer now.
Oh yeah, you and Chris were on together, right?
Yes, he was.
Chris came and got you.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I thought of you today, because I'm like going, oh wait, I don't have to. She doesn't have to come anymore. We can just like do it through the computer.
I can't tell you how much I've loved Zoom. Like, a lot of people hate on Zoom, but it's been good for stuff like this.
It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Anjelica, what have you been up to during COVID? What's kept you sane throughout that crazy time that was the COVID pandemic?
Oh man, I mean, I feel like we're still in it, and it's still got some some surprises for us. I don't know if that's weird to say, but I had a nice year and a half. I know it's not popular opinion, but it was nice to just like take a breath for a second and read a book and think about my past actions.
No, don't tell Manolis to do that.
I'm like, and maybe we could talk about that before we watch Notebook. Like, I would love to hear about all your past actions, your forward thoughts.
I did a lot of teaching on Zoom. I did a lot of Zoom comedy, and it was fun. I met like some really cool people from all around the world, and I got a lot out of it and some rest. And
that's awesome. And there's other projects that have been percolating that we're going to talk about as we get into the show. But we do want to start playing our little game. I will just say this, that Manolis did so horribly in school that he honestly thought the movie The Notebook was a horror movie. So he never wanted to check it out, but he would check it out with you, Anjelica.
I love Ryan Gosling. He's the guy's a stud.
All right, let's get into this. This is Friday at 4:20, and so we play our game. I've got 12 random envelopes with 12 random topics, and this is topic number 4. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't really matter. This topic is for you, Anjelica, to begin our show this Friday at 4:20 with Anjelica Scannura. Have you ever had to quit something?
Have I ever
had a job, a vice? Have you ever had to quit something, Anjelica?
I kind of quit and got fired from the only normal job I've ever really had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where can you tell us? Can you elaborate?
I used to work when I was 19. I used to work at a spa, like a normal spa, not a dirty spa, like a normal spa.
Not a rub and tug.
And I just don't suit spa. Like, my voice is loud. I don't know how to be quiet and calm, so I just didn't fit in there. And I used to joke around with this lady named Barb, and we used to make fun of people. We were just generally really loud, and I was always hungover. So we had to carry this water jug up the stairs to the kitchen at the end of the night, and it was a water jug full of like fruit and cucumber. And it was hard to carry it up the stairs. So Barb was like, if you just flush the fruit down the toilet and then carry the empty jug up, that's how you get away with it. You don't have to carry all that soggy fruit up the stairs. So I thought, this is great. I started flushing it down the toilet. And then one day the manager was like, he held up this cherry at me. He's like, do you recognize this? And I was like, no. He's like, I found it in the toilet last night. And then he fired me, but I wanted to quit anyways. So. Wow.
So the manager found your cherry. That's interesting.
Yeah, in the toilet. So it's such a weird story, such a weird thing to have happened. I don't know.
You know what? I think we all have those kind of weird, right? I mean, especially if you can find a job when you find jobs when you're younger, you don't realize that you don't fit into every scenario. No, I mean, you're young, so you think any job, oh, they'll pay me, I'll do it, and then you go, oh my God, like I'm a horrible match for this.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, how hard can it be to just like greet people and be like, hello, welcome? It's very hard.
Especially when you're Anjelica and you're like, why? Hey, welcome.
Find your own goddamn slippers. I'm busy here.
And give me back my cherry. Manolis, have you ever had to quit anything? Have you ever had to quit something? Manolis, we lost you. You put yourself on mute. So did you, Patrick?
No, you muted all
Or
of
did
us.
I put you guys on mute?
It said the host muted
I thought
you.
you were trying to tell me.
Did I mute you? That's me. I don't think I can mute you guys. Can I?
Yeah, I guess you can.
Wow.
We're
Look at all the
unmuted
power
now.
I have. That whole time, you guys were like, wow, they're mesmerized by Anjelica's story.
Oh.
We didn't hear a word from you.
They were unmuted for that.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
story.
Manoli, you're up to bat, buddy. Give me something you had to quit.
I had a I have a couple things, but one thing in particular that I had to quit. I had to grow up like 16 years ago, and I was like, and I had like it was my second cycle of about 100 plants in a house. I bought this house just so I wouldn't have to deal with I didn't want to deal with a landlord wanting to come over the house and smelling like 100 plants in the basement. So I bought a house. I had a fucking mortgage, and then I was like the second cycle in, and my friend that I was doing it with, he saw a guy like looking around the house, and it was a fucking undercover cop. So the next, I was like, yeah, I had a nervous breakdown that night, and so the next day I was like, fuck, it's over. So I threw away like 100 and probably like including the babies for the next cycle. I threw away 200 plants. Wow. in a garbage can, and then they sent a fake criminal to break into my house a month later to fucking
but the plants were all gone.
They were gone. So then they didn't get in anyways, so I technically got rid of them for nothing. But what happened was like they didn't think anybody was living there. They thought it was just a grow house, right? So like they sent, if you watch the news, every time you hear the cops say like a grow up being caught, they like, it's like, oh, they found out because the cops were investigating a B&E. This is their way of getting the house without a warrant.
Right.
So they sent a fake criminal try to kick my front door down. My friend was home, and he opened the door. What the fuck you doing? And he goes, and the guy goes, call the cops. Why would a criminal say call the cops?
Yeah.
So he said, call the cops. And he didn't leave, right? So he said, call the cops. And he waited for the cops to come. Apparently that was his house. And you know what happened? I swear to God, 12 cop cars showed up in 2 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were waiting.
They're waiting. They're all around the corner. And the one guy knew my friend from high school, and he was all freaked out. It was my friend. He's like, what the fuck you doing here? Like, why would you say that? Like, you live here? Like, shit like that, you know? So, yeah, that was, that's what happened. That's why I had to quit growing weed, because I realized I didn't want to go to jail, you know? So
pretty intense.
That is an intense quit.
I tried to quit porn for a month too, and that was just, that was
a whole
worse.
Episode.
That was worse than the fucking weed.
No, I figured that's what you were going to even talk about. I know about you.
I did try to quit porn. I had a girlfriend once, and I tried. I thought maybe our sex will be better if I stop watching porn. I'm like, nah.
That didn't work out, eh?
No, she left me too.
Yeah, she did. Patrick Coppolino, you got anything? You got something you tried to quit, brother? Are you too legit to quit?
Yeah, I used to run a meth lab at an old house of mine, and no, I
can tell you the house too, man.
The address,
the actual house. Everybody know. You guys know where it is. It's on Lawrence.
The house that you used to
grow weed on. Okay. You know what the house was?
What?
On Lawrence? It's the only house that's facing the road on Lawrence. The old brick factory office.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, no.
You said it like everybody knows this house.
Was it one
I've lived here my whole life. I don't know what else you're talking about.
Lawrence, you go drive down fucking Lawrence. There's one house that points. All the houses. There's one house that points the road. It's the only house. It used to be the office for the brick factory that is across the street by the train tracks.
Is there a street in Hamilton called Lawrence?
Lawrence Road.
Okay.
It's like on the East End.
Dude, the information I have is all the information I have. I can't. You
all.
think there's room in my brain to make shit up?
No, there isn't.
I have to ask you, how much was that house when you bought it?
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. It was, I think,
200,000.
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds about right.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's how much my house was about that time.
Yeah. Maybe two.
That's a lot of dough, man. And then, but you sold the house.
Yeah, it just ruined our friendship. I didn't want to live there anymore, and then I sold it to my friend, and he bought it off of me. Like, he just paid what I paid into it, but like he kind of fucked it up. He was supposed to sleep there. You know what I mean? And that's why we got fucking caught. Like I couldn't tell my I couldn't tell my dad, hey dad, I own a house. He's like, he'd like, well, let me see it. It's like, well, and then he'd be like, why can't I go in the basement? You know what I mean? So I'm
first
the only
place
guy
George would have wanted to go.
I'm the only guy who buys a house that can't tell his parents. You know, because I'm growing fucking shit little. But this fucking dude that I did the grow up with is like, your job. Like we bought it together, kind of, right? And I was like, all you got to do, dude, is sleep here, so it looks normal. I'll do the rest. I'll grow the weed. We'll fucking make out like bandits, right? And he wouldn't sleep there because he didn't want his girlfriend. Because he didn't want his girlfriend to be there, because he didn't want his girlfriend to know that she would smell the weed, right? I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's looking sketchy. No one's sleeping here at night.
It's looking sketchy.
Yeah, and I was right. I literally had like a mental breakdown with him, and then like 2 days later, fucking cops like searching, like walking around the house.
As a homeowner in Hamilton, if Manolis buys a house next to me, I'm immediately thinking things look sketchy.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks wholesome-ish.
Oh, really? Anjelica? Really?
Ish.
He's coming to your house Saturday night. Be careful. You don't say too much nice stuff.
My uncle actually grew weed on a dock in the middle of a river, a swamp in Bob Cajun.
No way.
Because he wanted to grow a bunch of weed too.
Yeah.
So like, where can I go where nobody's gonna find it? But then it ended up rotting. So, and every time he wanted to go tend to it, he had to wear like a full-on scuba suit to get to the center of the fucking swamp.
Oh, this fucking grow up I had Mylar on all the walls. It's like tinfoil, but like on all the walls. I painted. I made like walls that you could put beside, like, so, because like one side was the wall was too far, so I made fake walls, put it, and then I painted the floor white. So like it was pure like energy. Just like these plants were just like, ah! I want to grow more weed. It was just fucking crazy, man.
Wow.
I would have been so fucking rich if it worked out.
At this point in the proceedings, I feel bad for Patrick, who hasn't gotten a chance to share his "What did I quit" story. Patrick.
Oh yeah. What did you
Patrick,
quit?
would you seize the microphone for a moment?
I might quit this show soon, actually. I kind of did what Anjelica did with in terms of a job. The only job I've had that I've hated a lot was Tim Hortons. But also remember this. It was like when I started doing stand-up. And I was only there for like 3 weeks, and I was doing the night shift. So it was like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. until 7 in the morning, and I was trying to do comedy. So like, do you remember what else? I would go to shows in my Tim Hortons uniform, and then I would have to leave the show and go to work.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember I would sit on the tables, like on the actual table, and put my feet on the seats, so because you would be mopping the floors.
Yeah, because there'd be no customers from like I don't know 2 a.m. till like 5 or 6. So Manolis would come hang out and stuff. But it only lasted a few weeks, and then I just, instead of quitting, I just didn't go for like 3 shifts, and then they called me.
Was there an issue with your uniform or something? Did they charge you or want it back or something?
I can't remember. I don't know. They made me they were shocked that I chose to wear a beard net instead of shaving my beard. So at the time, I had a huge beard at the time. So like, they're like, would you trim your beard? And I'm like, I said I didn't want to. And they're like, well, you have to wear a beard net. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And they were like, really? Like nobody takes the beard net because it's so weird. It goes over your nose and everything too, right? It looks so funny. But I was like, I don't care.
I saw a Tim Hortons employee with a beer net and a net once. It was interesting.
You're like, don't make my coffee.
Yeah.
No, because you immediately think, who the hell would choose to wear the net? It's like, this is a horrible decision.
Yeah.
And what is that net really doing?
Nothing really.
Yeah, it's like then it's like, oh
Hairs
look,
can get through.
yeah, all the hairs can like, it's getting your coffee.
This is Friday at 4:20. Anjelica Scannura is our special guest. Patrick Coppolino, Manolo Santonis, myself, Mike Neighbors. Glad to be with you. Anjelica, I want to find out a little bit more about this rooftop show that you're doing. So on Saturday nights, you have a rooftop that you've secured that where you have people, and then you've been doing comedy shows up there. So talk to me a little bit about that.
I have indeed secured a rooftop. It's the rooftop. I'm a professional dancer. I have a dance studio with my family, and with the space comes a beautiful rooftop. We're next door to this like really cool photographer guy who's like, yeah, I love comedy, and he like drops by, and it's like a beautiful, massive rooftop space, and it's really tucked away in between the slaughterhouses. It's amongst the slaughterhouses in the stockyards in Toronto. And we did a show last year, me and another comic, Jam Easy, who's a really great producer and just such a great host, and us together. Really good shows, really fun times. We did it last year, went really well, and we couldn't wait till we could do it this year. So you could have 25 people outside at an outdoor event. I was like, let's go. We had our first show last week. It was amazing. So we're doing them every Saturday until the first week of August, and for now. And I'm also running shows up there Fridays as well, and I'm hosting that. And the lineups are just so amazing because everybody wants to perform right now. So you have quite an eclectic mix of people, and every show, every lineup I look at, I'm just like so excited to have a hang and see everybody and just have a good time.
That's totally awesome. And Manolis is going to be one of your guests doing this Saturday night.
Yeah, he's headlining on Saturday night. Left. Very exciting, and should be a lot of fun. The weather's shaping up to look nice too. So
I was gonna ask, is it rainproof show? Is it covered if it rains, or is it canceled if it rains?
The rain has been so weird this summer, and it's just felt like we're in Cuba or something. I don't know. The weather feels very strange. Like you look at the weather forecast, it's like, 30% chance of rain, and then all of a sudden it's 50, and then it's 80, and then it's like it's raining right now, and you're like, but it's sunny outside. Like,
yeah, I know.
Welcome to weather in Canada.
Yeah. We've had like 10 thunderstorms.
Just for the sake of trying to carry my newly developed peaceful attitude from the pandemic into now, I'm just like, I choose not even to address it until a day before. And if it looks like it's absolutely going to piss poor, we call it. So
yeah.
But we really got lucky this past Saturday. It was a beautiful night. So
it's interesting because if you haven't been in a situation where you needed to rely on the weather to execute something, right? I mean, I never paid that much attention to weather until I really got into golfing. And then now I'm like 7 days out, I'm kind of going, oh my God, it looks like it's going to rain. And then 6 days out, it's like, it's not going to rain. And then 5 days out, oh, it's going to rain. And then I'm paying attention to it. And I'm realizing how messed up weather forecasting is. Like it is just all over the place.
Yeah, no, I could like pour over the weather forecast all day and just get really stressed out and stay that way. But I'm like, I'm not even looking. I looked this morning. It looks good for Friday and Saturday, but I'm going to not look again for a couple of days.
Fingers crossed. I like that.
I'm sure we will get rained out. I mean, it's just if we're trying to do this every week, it's probably going to happen. So
it sounds awesome. I know people watching would think, oh, maybe we could go, but the tickets are pretty much sold out. You're at your 25 limit for this Saturday night, but there'll be future shows where you can check it out, right?
Yeah. So that's assuming we don't sell the two we've got left. I don't know. and it's like, I know like Hamilton, I've got the Hamilton contingent coming this Saturday. It means I'm going to have you guys again, have to have Patrick on, and then Manolis can drop by, and that would be fun too.
That would be a lot of fun. I've got another topic here. This topic is topic number two. Topic number 2. So that's for you, Patrick Coppolino, because you are number 2 on my list. I don't even know what that means. This topic, if you had money to give away, all right, you're so rich You got money to give away. I was reading the other day what Jeff Bezos, like, he made 80 billion just since COVID started. That's the kind of money we have to give away. So you got some money to give away. Who are you going to give it away to?
I don't know. I would kind of. So Esther got me onto. I don't know if you know who Mr. Beast is.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. He's a guy that has a YouTube channel, and he just started like every other YouTube channel, just making videos. He was doing like Twitch video game stuff, and then he found an audience, and then eventually, once he started making money on YouTube, he started making videos of him giving his money away. So like he would do like a challenge, or he'd go to a restaurant and tip the waitress like $10,000 if she answered a question properly, like unbeknownst to her that it was actually like a game he was playing. So he did something like that, and then that first time he did that video went viral, and then he just got more followers, and with more subscribers came more money, and then now he's at the point where he makes like $3 million a month. And he just does these huge. So every video is him giving away like thousands and thousands of dollars. He'll like buy a $300,000 house and sell it to someone for $1. He'll buy a whole car lot and change all the prices. He'll buy all the cars and then he'll put like $1 on the cars on the windows.
That's really cool,
he
man.
He makes videos of people coming in and being like, "What the hell? This can't be real." And they find out it is. They get these cars. So like he comes up with these really clever ways to give away tons of money to people, and he tries to find people that are struggling and need the money. So I'd probably would like to do something like that. That'd be awesome.
So it's not necessarily who gets the money, it's about the process of giving it away and spreading it out to as many people as possible.
Yeah
I
think that's cool.
That's very cool. Mr. Beast, look him up on YouTube.
Beast.
Help him make even more money to give away. That's a cool idea. I like that idea. Help a guy make money to give it away. That's cool. Jeff Bezos, not giving a dime away. Doesn't give a shit.
Bezos. That's the first pronunciation that way that I've heard. Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
Yeah,
Bezos.
Bezos. I don't want to get his name right because he's an ass. Manoli.
What would I do?
You got so much money.
How much money are we talking though?
We're talking more money than enough money to buy that grow up house back again.
But like that's it?
No.
Is that infinite
or unlimited? An unlimited supply of money. Who do you think most deserves money? That's what I'm trying to get at. Who most deserves us to give them a helping hand up?
One thing I always thought would be there's a couple things I'd like to, but one thing I would like to do, it'd be fun just to pay off the deficit of Canada. Just for the story. The whole deficit.
Just pay the whole.
Just like, did you hear what Knowles did? It's like, what? He paid off the deficit. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, the whole fucking thing, man. Just for the story, and just to show that it's all bullshit. We just go back into debt.
Next year, they're like, we're $4 trillion.
Yeah, that was just to make a point.
So you would give all your money to the government.
No, that's
what he did.
Well, you said endless. I didn't say I'd stop there. I would, you know what I would do? I don't know how far I could get, but I would love to help. I would love to give money to strippers because I don't think strippers. I don't think strippers really want to strip. You know, stripping is like girls that strip, they're just trying not to do porn. You know what I mean? It's like I would like listen. I'll give you I'll give you as much as money you need to not strip, and I want you to do what you actually want to do. Follow your dreams, so you don't have to fucking.
Yeah. But what if she took your money and you see her stripping again because she likes it?
Well, if I did, it would be it's because I was there. So who cares? Then like I'm a hypocrite.
Well, no, but then you wouldn't feel guilty because right now you go and watch them and you feel guilty because you don't think they want to be doing that. But if they wanted to be doing that, you wouldn't feel guilty and you'd feel better about yourself.
I know a handful of strippers, and they're just really cool chicks that just don't want to fucking want to work some bullshit fucking job for next to nothing to just like you get that stripper money. You like it's just an easier life, you know. It's like it's nice not to stress about money, but it's like if I give you the money that you need, maybe you could take time and maybe go back to school or maybe focus on something that you really want to do. Give you a buffer zone for like a couple years or whatever you need. I got a lot of money.
Maybe you could start like a scholarship fund where it's like they have to apply and be like, I legitimately don't like stripping. I'm just doing this for money and here's what I want to do. And they should have to give you like a cover letter and then you know if they're legitimate or not.
That's
rather
fucking.
than
That's
bamboozle.
fucking awesome. That's a
But
great
why
idea.
is that where you're drawing the line, Manolis? Like, there's probably a million jobs people don't want to do, but they're doing it for the money.
Yeah, but like it's
Why
one,
aren't you giving them money?
because
Then?
listen, because it's one thing to make a bunch of coffees a day, but it's another thing to have some old guy wanting to look at your tits, like while you're like a chick that's like got her tits out and pretending to grind you for $20 for a 5-minute song. I guarantee you, there's a million other things they want to do. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I appreciate that, and of all the things, all the potential charities, all the people in the world who need help, I'm so glad that you identified one that many of us don't think about.
No,
That's awesome. That's very cool.
I support this too.
Hey man, talk to a stripper. Listen,
And-
don't just
Anjelica.
don't look. Listen, Mike, just don't look at their side boob, okay? Don't be that guy.
No, Mike saves that for his friends' wives.
It's okay. Patrick and I aren't friends. Anjelica, you got all the money in the world, girlfriend. What you gonna do?
Okay, I'm getting everything done. I'm getting a weave. I am, but no, I would definitely help people that are at a disadvantage, and of course the misfortunate, of course, strippers, anybody like that, people pouring coffees, families that they have a hard time feeding their kids. I would just want to help like that, and then help my parents enjoy the rest of their lives, and my grandparents, and
Sure.
and then maybe buy a vineyard and get other people to tend it. That's my dream.
Give them a good,
Give-
high-paying job.
Give someone else a job that they don't want, tending your.
Exactly. That's
Uh,
how the world goes round.
Nobody here wants to do anything with this pile of money to help save the planet from the impending climate crisis. Eh? Nobody, nothing
The
there.
planet's gonna be fine, even
Is it?
whether here or not.
That's
Well,
excellent.
See that flaming hole in the Gulf of Mexico in the
Yes.
water?
We have a few issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but
we're done.
yeah,
I think-
yeah, but if we're all dead, the planet's still gonna be circling.
No, it'll be better off without us, probably.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We need to go ruin Mars next.
There'll be, just as the last moment before the apocalypse, there'll be a stripper saying, "Thank God Manolis helped me to live a better life."
No, she'd be like, that's the woman that will figure out how to fix the ozone. you
Oh,
know?
boom. Like that. Okay, let's get into a new topic. Friday at 420, Anjelica Scannura is our special guest. Where do we follow you on social media, Anjelica? Are you a TikToker? You're not a TikToker, are you?
Okay, so I tried to be a TikToker, and then I realized it's its own beast. I have a couple things on there, and you can follow me at Scannooch. I basically am just Instagram. That's where I post everything. Instagram at Scannooch, SCANOOCH. Show listings, new videos, all the stuff that I do is in one Instagram.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
When you're on Instagram, I don't know, do you follow Patrick? Because he
I
posts a lot of side boob pictures.
I'm a generous guy.
Something to see.
I
All right, here we
just I like it when there's like levity shots. I miss those. I always like
I know we haven't posted
saw-
any.
you started doing outside stuff, and that was nice to see. So
Yeah.
Yes, and that's still going, Patrick. I mean, you've
Yeah,
been
it's-
non-committal about every time you're on here, you're kind of like, yeah, we're thinking of doing it, maybe. And then every time I turn around, it's like, oh, we did another show last night. Like, would you just say you're doing
Yeah, I
it?
know. The first two were like impromptu, and then I knew I was going to be away last week, and then this week we're supposed to do one, but it's supposed to like 70% chance rain, thunderstorm. So I don't know. This is what sucks about this. So.
Right. You can't guarantee anything.
But I honestly it's beautiful out tonight. If I made a post right now or like after the show and said show tonight at 9:00, like I know people will come.
Yeah.
So
All right.
maybe we'll do that.
Let's do it. Let's
That's
light
like
it up.
the best approach to have right now.
Pick the good
Yeah.
night and then just do it, right?
Just keep it spontaneous.
I like that. It's not
show
like people
tonight.
have a lot else to do.
Because we can't fit that many people on there anyways. So
Right.
yeah, it's comics, handful audience. It's a good time.
Topic number 5 on this Friday at 4:20. A little bit of a controversial topic, but I do want to get your opinions on this. We've been dealing with this here in Hamilton. I know they've been dealing with it in Toronto. Other places in the country have been talking about, do we tear down old statues or not? There is a move afoot to say that, there's some of these statues of these men who we considered great because they did things to help build our country. They also did some pretty crappy things. So now people want the statues removed. So I don't want to get into the actual debate over what they did or didn't do. I'm just asking you guys to share with me whether you think does it make sense to remove the statues and say, let's rebuild sort of a new version of history, as far as new being a different way of looking at it? Or do we keep those statues up as a reminder that we're all flawed human beings and we all make mistakes, but we can do better in the future? So I'll start with you, Manolis, because you're the most flawed human being on the panel.
So simple.
Yeah. What do you think? Do we tear statues down or do we leave them up?
You make a vote, put it out to the general public, say if it's a Hamilton statue, and everybody votes. Say if everybody votes yes for whatever reason, I'm assuming it's a man.
Yes, it's a man.
Then,
although they tore down Queen Victoria in BC.
Well, the government
Margaret Thatcher's grave. So
yes, they did that as well.
Then the government gives a legal right to the general public to remove the statue themselves.
So you see.
I don't think it's a way. We gotta remove the statue. It's government money. It's tax money. So yeah, if the government's like, yeah, you guys don't like it, then you move it, and I guarantee you it will. I guarantee you it will stay.
Isn't that normally what happens though? You always see the crowds of people pulling it down and.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's a totally different thing. That's just
the same. That's the same thing, though.
But now it's Hamilton.
Yeah, and then it'll just be on the ground now for 10 years.
Yeah, Hamilton's gonna organize. Okay, let's get rid of it. Yeah, they'll knock it over. Yeah, it's like the statue's there on its side. Woo!
Did you see that? There was four young guys, white guys, who were trying to protect the statue of Sir John A. Macdonald that is in Hamilton that people do want removed. And these 4 guys are standing around it, like, we're going to protect it. And there was a cloak that had been put over it by people who were protesting and wanted it removed. They put a cloak over it. So these guys go, we're going to take the cloak off. And so then one of the guys climbs up, falls, and breaks his arm. And then his buddies took him to the hospital, and they never took the cloak off.
He's a statue.
I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen.
What does Sir John A. Macdonald do now? I don't even know.
What does he do now?
The residential schools, the schools where they have now, right?
Okay, that's definitely an issue.
Just Sir John A. was in charge of the country when residential schools were brought into to be.
So I'd get rid of them. Get rid of the statue. But I think the general public should have to get rid of it.
Patrick Coppolino, what do you think, buddy?
Well, it's funny. I actually had this debate with Lindsay because she thinks that they should stay up as like you said, as a reminder that because you can't erase history and stuff like that. Right. We should still acknowledge that this happened. But my argument was just I just think there's other ways to do that because a statue is a very commemorative. That's it's an honor
a tribute
to have.
It's a tribute to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to have a statue made of yourself, that seems like a big deal. And secondly, just if you're someone who has directly or your family and your ancestors have been affected so negatively by this person, to have to see a statue of that person every time you're downtown, I don't think that should be a thing. So I'm personally for removing them. Not pretending what they didn't happen, but I don't think we should have statues of them up in our city.
I think, and one of the things with Lindsay's argument, right, is that the old saying that those who fail to, who understand history, repeat history, right? So, I mean, the idea to sort of keep people uncomfortable in their face. But you're right; these were not put up because we wanted to remind people what horrible men they were.
No,
they were put
to
up
honor them, right?
To honor them and pay tribute to them.
But she said maybe add a plaque to them that lists all the horrible things they did.
Yeah.
But
or leave the red paint on them and say, listen, that's, that says more than anything I could ever say about what has happened here. It's Sir John A. Macdonald, but he's been splattered with red paint because there's blood on his hands. You know what? That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Anjelica, weigh in here. Feel free to say whatever you like about the subject. It is a touchy one, but what do you got to say?
Yeah, that is a touchy one. I mean, I'm not sure if having the statue up with the paint splattered on it would be positive, right? Because that kind of is like it's a very aggressive
Yeah.
public shaming almost. It's like if you just remove and find another way to acknowledge what happened and maybe replace it with something that reminds us all, but is not like like here's this paint splattered John A. McDonald, it's like
Right.
it's something else that's more
Mhm.
meaningful. I think that would probably be productive.
Excellent. You've brought great clarity to this issue. So as I understand it now, the group of us tomorrow night, we show up at Levity. If there's a comedy show, we watch it. If there isn't, we just hike down to Gore Park there and we tear down the Sir John A. McDonald statue.
Yeah. Well, here's
Everybody
the
in?
thing. I think if we're gonna leave statues up of people that have done horrible things, we should start putting statues up of people that have done horrible things. Like St. Catherine should have a Paul Bernardo statue.
Oh no! Oh, dude, no.
That's
Well,
said to remind everyone what a horrible person he is.
Okay, all right.
Otherwise, take them all down.
Well, on that note, let's move on. Oh, look at this, a cute little kid question. I love those. Anjelica, it's your turn. Just before I ask you this question, because it might be the last one we get in before the end of the show, I do want to find out about a new program that you're involved in, where you're like playing a cave woman or something. What the hell is that all about?
That's a good segue. Let's talk about statues.
Cave women.
I understand.
Yes. What is this all about, Anjelica?
What is this all about?
Could you share?
Wow. Yeah, I am doing a new show. It's another fitness show. It's my third one with One TV. And it's called Anjelica's Kettlebell Workout, and we're going to a prehistoric time. Really fun. Got it on a pile of rocks. It's gonna be good. Coming out in the fall. So if you're still working out at home at that time, which a lot of people have been doing that during the pandemic. So this channel is really good for keeping people's spirits up, keeping them moving while there's been no gyms. We're in the lockdown and all that, so hopefully we can see that momentum carry through to the fall and catch this show.
That's awesome. You know what I think, first of all, even in the fall, a lot of people are still going to be working from home. I mean, there's a lot of people who won't ever go back.
I don't think people want to go fully back ever again.
No. And then there's also a lot of people, I think, who even would be concerned about gyms. So this really does help people who are at home and want to be inspired to stay fit. Where do you find One Channel?
So it's a cable network. So if you don't have cable TV, you can't stream it right now.
Okay.
Yes. So it makes it a little difficult for some people to access. But
if you have cable,
then you can get it. It's on a free preview right now, so you can watch it. It's got they do all original productions pretty much. More and more every year, they're filling out their schedule with shows that they've produced, and there's like a Tai Chi show. There's a lot of stuff dedicated to people 45 plus as well, but there's a good mix, and it's just a lifestyle channel.
And you did one of your previous shows was a 20-minute workout?
We brought back 20-minute workout. We mounted it with the rotating platform and everything.
You mounted it? Wow.
We mounted it.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have cable, Manolis?
I've seen clips of it on, I think, Facebook.
Okay.
I don't have cable.
Yeah, on One Television on Facebook posts a lot of stuff. They're posting more and more content. So if you look up
Excellent.
Television, then you can get a lot of you can get some good bits off.
Good. That is fantastic. So check that out. Anjelica Scannura and her fitness TV show on One TV.
I really do feel weird going into that after talking about the statues.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. You know what? We'll edit out the statue part. Don't worry. This is Friday at 4:20 with Anjelica Scannura. And Anjelica, this topic is for you. What was your nickname as a kid? What was your nickname as a kid? What did other kids call you? What did your parents? Even your parents. Your parents usually they usually give their kids nicknames. What did your parents call you?
I was just generally across the board jelly bean, jelly roll.
Wow.
Yes.
And is that where the whole thing, you were scarred, so you got into fitness?
Well, I actually used to do this trick in elementary school. I used to shoot pens out of my abdomen, and I'd call it my jelly rolls. And then I had one of those elaborate Hotmail accounts, I_LUV_jelly roll __ at hotmail.com. And it was a whole thing that I was doing. It was a thing.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jelly bean, jelly roll, jelly belly. Very cool.
Bell bell, yeah.
What about you, Manolis? What did they call you?
Igor.
So now, your parents?
No.
Okay.
Everybody in Hamilton.
Everybody in Hamilton.
Why?
Because my brother, when I was 12 years old, my brother threw a ball at my face and hit this eye, and it stuck out. And then
He looked like he had kind of just one eye.
It's not as bad as it used to be, obviously, because I had to go see specialists. But apparently I had a thyroid problem. But my eye looked like it was gonna fall out of my head.
Goodness, that's horrible.
It's the cover of his Girl Penis album.
Yeah, that's my. If you look at it, you can see.
Oh, yeah.
His eyes like bulged out.
Yeah, that's why I used it.
I know.
Because my eye's like, hey, look at my fucking eye. And it's my brother did that to me, and it stayed like that for 4 years. And everybody called me Igor. It really did a lot of help for me though, man. Like it's like really toughened me up, as a child, because I got used to it. Like after like a couple months of everybody calling me Igor, I just got tired. I just kind of forgot about it.
It just rolls off your back, right? It is what it is. What about you, Patrick Coppolino? What did they call you when you were a kid?
Well, in high school, this one kid always called me Chameme, and he's I don't want to mislabel where he's from. It's somewhere overseas, and
part of Earth.
but he would call me Chameme, and he would go Chameme breath. He used to say Chameme breath. Patrick has Chameme breath. I didn't know what it meant. I just like, okay, whatever. He was like kind of like my high school bully, right? So he would say it to me all the time for years, and then to the point where like he'd be like Chameme. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like I just accepted that. That's who I was, and then I found out like in the last year of high school that Chameme in his language means penis. So. So every time he's like, Patrick has penis breath. Look, it's penis breath.
And you were just.
And that was me. Yeah, that's me.
But how did he know?
About my breath? I don't know.
Wow.
Gym class.
Yeah, that's quite the story, bro. I like that one.
Yeah. Because in Spanish, Jiminy is Jiminy, which is Jim. So there's Jiminy.
Oh.
Yeah. Jim.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, a lot of silent J's. A bunch of languages have the silent J.
Jim would make you smell too. So.
Yeah. Jim breath. Jim breath. It's not good. All right, around the horn we go to wrap this episode up. Anjelica, you were kind enough to share it with us. You got the rooftop comedy show. You got the fitness show on the One TV. You're getting back into stand-up comedy. Would we see you come to Hamilton and play a show at Levity at some point in the near future?
Well, that would be nice if I was invited. Here's the thing. Patrick Coppolino saw, you've been with me from the very beginning, P-Cops, and I'm just like, the bombs you've seen me lay, and you've also seen me do pretty well, and it's like, I get it. I'm like still a pretty new comic considering... It's like, I don't think you're not a new comic until you're 8 to 10 years in. I feel like that's when it's like you reach a turning point and all that. And it's like, Patrick, like what, since 2015 on and off, and then 2017, I got real serious about it, never missed a day. And it's like, I understand not being in P-Cops' speed dial for stand-up. Like he's seen me do really well, but for the most part, he just like I don't blame him if he's like, I'm not calling her.
No, I would love to have you on.
Me lay some spectacular turds, but I've had some good moments. So maybe if I'm invited out to Hamilton sometime, and that,
of course.
Whatever.
You have to.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I get it. Bro. Just I want to see Patrick perform more than anything. So.
Well, I'll make it down to your show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but we'd love to have you back. Yeah, you always do great at Levity.
Oh, yeah. That one time with Ryan Belleville, that was a fun.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was a great show.
That the fastest way to get on Pete Cops's speed dial.
That's my new nickname.
Yeah, is to have your own space in Toronto where you could book him.
Well, that's a lot of the reason why I'm doing this show is so that I can gain a political advantage.
Good for you. I like that.
So you can help strippers.
All right, follow Scannura on the Instagram. That's how you're going to find out who's playing her rooftop gig. So how do we follow? What's that? Spell that Scannura again for us on Instagram.
SCANOOCH, Scannura. I post everything there.
Scannura, follow Scannura. We love her. She's awesome. Thank you so much for doing the show today. You were great.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, we appreciate it. McNally, what do you got to say for yourself, bro?
My buddy's got a print shop. If you need something scanned or printed or whatever, it's printer.ca.
That's awesome. You got to get some new plugs, man. You just keep hitting the same. You got two friends. Like, wow.
Field art and printer.ca and Paul who sells houses.
Oh, you know what? You're right. He has more than one.
He doesn't remember who he works for or what his last name is.
There was also the mechanic. Also the mechanic on Highway 8. We don't know where. Somewhere on Highway 8, there's a mechanic. He's awesome. You got the best, McNally. Forget
it's on Centennial Parkway, man.
It's
the website. I got it right this time. Printer.ca. If you do that, it comes up.
You know the house on Lawrence Road? That's
you all know.
Anjelica, on our second date, I'll show you that house, okay? After we watch a
It could have been our dream house, baby.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'm gonna buy the house.
Buy it again.
I'm gonna buy it. Turn it into studio.
Peacocks or Hemene, should I say? If we're really close. Hemene. What's going on? So there may or may not be a show on any given night at the Attic or at the Anchor Bar. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna try to stick to Wednesdays, and we're actually gonna open up Saturday shows as well. But if the weather's all over the place, we're just keep an eye out. Follow us at Levity Comedy Club on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll make random posts like, "Hey, show tonight,"
And we're only a week, maybe a couple of weeks out from potentially indoor dining coming back, right? I mean, so ultimately at that point you could start to work on some levity stuff and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so
it would be nice to have the option that if it rains we move it inside, but we can't do that right now, unfortunately. Okay. But yeah, just follow us at Levity Comedy Club and keep your eye out.
Dude, you're killing it. So happy you were able to keep that going.
Yeah, I'm excited. We will be open again at some point, like inside. So.
Nobody kills it as much as our audience. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Friday at 420. We really appreciate you hanging out with us every Friday at 420 live on Facebook. And then you can always check out our previous episodes. You can stream them anywhere off any of the streaming services. And thank you for watching. We really, really, really appreciate it. Until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days. Have an awesome weekend.
Woo!